so we're going to reach into the fan mail bag again. Grab another question. Alright, this is from Amy. Amy writes, I rescued a dog from our local shelter last November. He is a 3-year-old neutered Aussie cattle dog / beagle mix. And I live in a townhouse with my husband and 4 children. Now that it's warming up, we are walking him longer. We have noticed that he sometimes lunges at cars, joggers, skateboards, bikes, anything fast moving. Squirrels are his nemesis. At least he thinks so. Sounds like a pretty normal dog, huh? Otherwise, he's easy to walk. He's very dog friendly. It's just the fast moving stuff. What do you recommend I do to correct this? I'm currently pulling off the trail when I see other people on bikes or joggers, and I try to get him to focus on me by using treats when he is calm. But the longer the walk, the harder this gets. And the cars really have me worried. He will run into the street, and I am sure he would chase the car if he wasn't on leash. His only other behavior issue is lunging at the front door when the neighbors go in their home. What do you recommend? Thanks for any help you can give me.
Whew. Okay, so you haven't had your dog that long,
right.
And I guess things were kind of quiet over the winter. Not to mention, often when you get a new dog in your home, there you have what you might call a honeymoon period.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to fool you or anything like that. They just, they're checking out the lay of the land. Maybe their full personalities maybe aren't coming out right away.
Right.
So you get a dog that you think doesn't bark or
mm-hmm.
is so good in the house, and really they're just kind of still inhibited
mm-hmm.
in a new environment.
Right, and maybe you have a little more time or energy for them in the first few weeks or something.
So that's not uncommon, and you have a herding dog mix there. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of energy, and that's a dog that likes to control the environment.
Mm-hmm.
And so things that move quickly and
are
things
just waiting
that
to be
move
herded
in
its mind, I imagine.
It's just an instinct kicking in there. That said, it doesn't mean you can't do anything about it, but you're right to be concerned about safety. Any dog that is acting on impulse and not having any kind of impulse control can put themselves in harm's way,
mm-hmm.
especially with cars. But even with joggers and such, that's a nip waiting to happen.
Right.
And that's then perhaps a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah, it's funny. She says, let's see. I'm currently I try to get him to focus on me by using treats when he is calm. And I feel like that tells me that probably when he's not calm, the treats aren't working to get the focus. Mm-hmm. And that seems like it could certainly be with a 3-year-old dog. It's kind of getting to that point where maybe treats are losing a little bit of their excitement. And so
yeah, it's hard to say whether it's not working when he's crazy, which is probably likely, or
mm-hmm.
if he's just not even presenting a reward
mm-hmm.
when he's being crazy.
This seems like maybe the sort of thing where if we taught the dog to tug, and got very interested in a toy, we could load the toy with a little more energy that might help the dog get focused more than a treat, especially if it's a high energy dog that mm-hmm. likes to play and likes to chase.
Tugs and treat balls, they have several you can bring out on a walk with you. They have tug toys that actually have Velcro pockets,
mm-hmm.
so you can put food inside as well. You can do either. So you can,
right.
If the dog likes food, you can
mm-hmm.
tug to tug, open it up and feed, or just to smell the food on the inside, trying to get at it as part of the reward.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just use some kind of fast-moving tug toy, or
mm-hmm.
again, a ball and a string is a nice thing for a lot
right.
of dogs because it's easy to jerk around and make move, but you still maintain control. Whereas
right.
if you throw a ball, you've lost the control. So yes, if this dog is interested in chasing quick-moving things and games and engaging with
right.
its environment, that might be another option.
Just yesterday, we were doing. Ian was doing a little workshop, and
Serious, yeah.
Right, I really enjoyed. He had a little demonstration of using toys to get the dog's attention, and I liked how he presented it. He likes to wear a blazer and likes to keep the toy in this breast pocket, so it's hidden. And then when he needs it, he just pulls it out a little bit, peeks it out, and jiggles it around. And it's kind of like a tease, I guess.
Mm-hmm, absolutely,
is the way it is. And I realized that while watching other people try and kind of mimic that and use the toy to get attention, that it really can be kind of an art, learning how to manipulate an object to make it exciting for a dog.
Absolutely.
Where, the kind of like small jiggling movements.
And making it disappear, peekaboo.
Right. Yeah, the peekaboo, or making some noises with it as well. All of these things turn it from just a boring thing to a game.
A live toy.
Right, or
a
yeah, a
mouse,
little animal or
squirrel.
something.
You said, talk about squirrels being the nemesis. Squirrel can be your best friend. You need a little squirrel, a little stuffed one, you know, a little toy.
Right, so they have those, you know, you can get a little stuffed squirrel.
They do. They have them on, they have the squirrels and chipmunks that have the...
That you can fill with
Yeah,
kibble?
you can fill with as well. Anything on a string that you can, I mean, it's fast, quick movements,
Right.
hiding things, not always letting the dog get it. Most people, when they... I'm so glad you brought this up. It deserves its own little episode one day.
The art of luring and...
Playing with a dog. Most people, when they get a dog to play with an item, other than a ball most people throw, obviously, they shove it at the dog. You know,
right, that's the least attractive thing.
You know, something's getting into your face, and you know, that's the least attractive thing you can do. Move it away from the dog, make him chase it, make him miss it, frustrate him.
It's just like the following exercises where people often make the mistake of going to the dog, and then the dog can't follow you. Whereas if you run away from the dog chases you. If you take the object away, the dog wants to pursue it.
Yes. Which, by the way, also works if you have in emergency situations. If you have a dog that's running away from you for some reason, you know, maybe it sees a squirrel or something, don't chase it. You're not going to catch him. You're not going to catch him in time. Make a high-pitched squeaky noise of your own and run in the other direction, or run and fall down and do something silly and make it a game. And I've had to do that a couple times for clients' dogs. You know, we're losing control here. Ah, come here, run away. And then it's a game. The game's on, jump on you, pounce on you. So moving away, running, being interesting and engaging is the way to go. It's nice that she's moving off the trail. At the start, you do need, when you're working with that kind of level of intensity, you do need to create distance in order to get success. And then you will gradually decrease that. But it sounds like the dog needs some more basic training for recall, attention, and solid sit stays. I mean, what you're asking for in a park-like, walk-like environment is, again, we talked about the college level of training. That's high level for a dog that might not even sit in your driveway, you know, on a fast queue and stay when a bike goes by. You need to work up to those kind of distractions and either avoid them or manage them in the meantime.
You need to set aside an afternoon to have some neighbors' kids go by on their bikes while you're in your driveway or in your front yard.
Where you can control it, the distance and the timing of it.
And then you can repeat it. Once the dog's got it kind of right, you can repeat it and do it better.
Also, movement on your part, on your dog's part, like the act of walking and continuing to move through the environment, is adding stimulation as well. During this training process, it's wise to take your walk time and use it as stationary training time instead, and maybe just have a few different stationary sections. So you think your dog might not get as much exercise out of this. Ultimately, though, it will lead to a lot more exercise because you're going to walk your dog more, but mental stimulation also will tire your dog out, don't get me wrong. So the idea there is you do sit at the end of your driveway as the world goes by, or you go to a park bench somewhere where you know people will be passing at regular intervals, but where you can just sit still. Your dog will have more success sitting still at first. Parking your butt outside of a place like a pet food store in a shopping center, where you know, again, animals and people and shopping carts are going to be walking by, as well as a parking lot where cars are going by, but not quite at the zoomy speed they might on the street. Working at a safe distance and then, you know, closing the proximity. But it does sound like you need to work on some of the foundation training in general, and as we discussed, upping the motivation and the fun level that you can bring, the attraction that you can bring to the picture, so to combat that urge, that inherent urge to chase things. You're going to be working on impulse control and then offering an alternative that's safe.
Right, finding a way to harness that impulse for training and using it as a reward in some sort of game.
If you know what your dog loves and what they can't resist, that's a good thing. It means you can use it to your advantage. You can use it as a tool.
You have to use the squirrel. Be the squirrel.
Be the squirrel. And they do. They have plenty of squirrel-like toys that, you know, and you jazz it up, you give it a certain amount of power. In my household, what gives the toys power, one of the things that we do, is it's the thing that's put up high and put away. So if it's on the refrigerator, or if it's up on a shelf or on the mantle, you've probably seen dudes
there's
stare
always
at the mantle.
and you guys definitely lend it a certain element of ceremony. It's like, Ah, now we must put the toy back away on its special place and...
Or, we're going to get the toy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here comes the special squirrel or mousy, Mr. Carcass. And, you know, you can breathe life into any toy that way.
Cool. All right.
So you do have a little bit of work ahead of you. It can be fun work. It's important work. You know, an important emergency. We can maybe do some links to the emergency sit here. You know, you want to learn really reliable recall, like rocket recall. There's a lot of different resources out there. Control Unleashed is a great book that can help you harness a dog's power. It's not one of ours, but it's a very useful tool. And there's also Control Unleashed video, because when you've got an energetic dog that likes things, you've got really good clay there to mold. So
excellent.
Good luck. You've got your training, spring training. That's what you'll be doing.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.